lesson. What an honor for me to be here. But actually, I really hope that we can meet in the real classroom. But unfortunately, because of this condition and these situations, I think it's better for us to meet in the virtual classroom like this. Do you already know me? Yeah, as I told you in the WhatsApp group before, I am Ania one of the university students of Universitas Negeri Surabaya UNESA, who is currently undergoing PLP program in this school. So now I am in the 7th semester, and for about 6 weeks later, I will replace Bu Ernani to teach you in this class in the English program. But don't worry, Bu Ernani still monitor us, so I hope we will learn together well. Oh yeah, I just want to remind you that I have already sent the attendance list in the WhatsApp group, so don't forget to fulfill it, okay? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, last meeting you have already learned about asking and giving opinion and thought, right? So today, we will continue the lesson to the next chapter. Okay, to start it, I will give you 2 pictures. Please take a look at the pictures.
Okay, let's take a look to the 2 pictures here. What event is the first picture? Wedding ceremony. And the second one is birthday party.
Excellent! That are celebration events. So students, have you ever come to a celebration event? Or have you ever held a celebration event? So, if we want to have a celebration event, what should we write to invite people? Yeah, the best answer is invitation. So, you can imagine if we want to have an event but we don't send invitation to people, do you think that they will come to your event? I don't think so. So today, we will learn about invitation. We will learn to the social function, the structure, the language feature, and also how to respond an invitation.
That are what we will learn today. The first one is the types of invitation, and then social function, format of layout or the structure of invitation, especially formal invitation, and how to respond to formal invitation. Okay, now let's start from the first one, the types of invitation. Anyone knows how many are the types of invitation? Okay, let's start it. There are 2 types of invitation, informal invitation and formal invitation. Now, I want you to take a look to both invitation and please try to find the differences. Okay, done? So, what are the differences? Yeah, the first one is the structure. Formal invitation has format or layout and its style is more formal, while informal invitation seems to doesn't have it. Okay, we will learn more about the structure of the formal invitation later. Then the second one, what is the difference? Yups, if you answer the language used, then you are exactly right. Take a look here. Psst, it's time to party. It's more casual, right? Well, we can take a look to formal invitation. It uses formal language such as request the honor of your presence. Yeah, it's kind of formal language.
Okay students, do you have questions? Anyone want to ask? If you have questions, please write down in the comment of the Google Classroom or WhatsApp group, okay? Today, we will focus on the formal invitation. So for the next, let's continue to the second point, social function.
Now, what is the purpose of formal invitation? Anyone knows? The function of formal invitation is to invite people to formal or social events. It can be wedding ceremony, a graduation ceremony, a birthday party, a dinner, etc. So then, let's try to identify the social function of this invitation. Okay, what is the function here? Now take a look here. On the wedding ceremony, so the function is to invite people to come to the wedding ceremony of Mr. and Mrs. Ronald's daughter. Okay, got it? Great. Now, let's move on to the next point. Format of layout or the structure of formal invitation. How is the structure of formal invitation? Okay, let's click it. And now, let's try to identify this invitation. From the top first, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald. Who are they? Yeah, they are the family who have that event. They are people who invite you. Then, it is called as the name of the host. And in the second part, request the honor of your presence. This part shows that Mr. and Mrs. Ronald invite you. Then it is called as phrasing of invitation. Here you know that they invite you to come to their event. Then, what kind of event they held? Wedding ceremony of their daughter. So it's called as the kind of this event. Then the crucial things that must be stated in an invitation are the date, the time, and the place. They show when and where the event held. And then the last one is RSVP. It is like a contact person of the event. Usually, you must reply the invitation and tell to the people who have that event whether you can come or not. RSVP itself sebenarnya berasal dari bahasa Prancis, yaitu Répondez s'il vous plaît, which mean please respond atau tolong balas. Got the point, students? So, ideally, the format of formal invitation consists of 7 points. Name of the host, phrasing the invitation, the kind of event, date, the time, the place, and the last one is request to respond.
However, usually there are other points like salutation in the beginning of the invitation. The sentence is like, you are invited to blah blah blah, or please join us to celebrate blah blah blah. Yeah, that are salutation or opening. Also, some invitations include special instruction. For example, when we are invited in a reunion party and we have to wear batik when coming to the event, so this information is usually stated in the invitation. Yeah, then it called as special instruction. Okay, students, if you have further questions, please type it in the class comment of the Google Classroom or in the WhatsApp group, okay? Now, let's move to the next point. There is still 1 point more, okay? That is responding to the formal invitation. If we are invited into an event, we have to tell whether we can come or not. Now, how is the way to respond it? Let's take a look to the slide again.
The first one is acceptance. It means that we can come to that event. For example, here, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald invite Mr. and Mrs. Adrian to come to their daughter's wedding ceremony. Then, Mr. and Mrs. Adrian can come to that event. So they respond like this. Mr. and Mrs. Adrian accept the invitation with pleasure. Then, how about if you cannot come to that event? Yeah, there will be declining or regretting. So here for the example, Mr. and Mrs. Adrian respond like this. Mr. and Mrs. Adrian regret to decline the invitation due to health reason. It shows that they cannot come to the Mr. and Mrs. Ronald event because maybe one of them is sick. Mr. Adrian, for example, then Mrs. Adrian have to cure him, thus they cannot come to that event. Okay, got the point?
If you have further questions, please type it in the class comment of Google Classroom or WhatsApp group, okay? Okay, now let's recall what we have learned today. For the first one, what are the types of invitation? There are two, right? Formal invitation and informal invitation. There are differentiated on their structure, style of writing, and language use. And for the next, social function. What is the social function of invitation, especially formal invitation? To invite people to come to the formal or social event. Okay, the next one. How many are the structure of formal invitation? Yeah, ideally there are 7 points. The first one is the name of the host, and then phrasing of the invitation, and then the kind of event, and then date, time, place, and the last one is RSVP or asking for responding. Yeah, and then the last one is responding to the formal invitation. There are two. Acceptance, if we can come to the event, and then declining or regretting if we cannot come to that event. Okay, marvelous. We have already learned all of the materials today. Great job. Okay, students, to know your understanding, I have attached a task for you in the Google Classroom. It's very simple. You have to distinguish two kind of invitation in terms of the social function, the structure, and also the language feature. It's very simple. I'm sure that all of you feel that it's only like a piece of cake. Okay? Next meeting, we still learn about invitation. Especially, we will learn how to respond a formal invitation and how to write a formal invitation. Okay? Okay then, students, finally, this is the end of this meeting now. Oh yeah, since now we are still in the global pandemic, so it's better for us to always implement the health protocol in our daily activities. Don't forget to wear mask and also wash your hand, and don't forget to have about 15-minute outdoor exercise in the morning to maintain our good immune system. Okay, students, thank you very much for joining this meeting. Always keep healthy, keep happy, and keep smile. See you next meeting in other videos. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.